Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, I could have sworn that I grabbed the deck that we're unboxing tonight, and now I don't know where the heck I put it. So that's going to make for a very short episode, guys, if I cannot find where I just put it. And the problem is, it's a small deck. It is the Mini Weiser Tarot we are unboxing tonight. So I have everything except for the deck itself, including my Morticia Adams embroidery scissors here. So I will be right back in about 20 seconds. And hopefully by the time I get back, I will actually have found the deck that I want to unbox tonight. So stay tuned, I guess. Whew. The problem with mini decks is they are indeed mini. So they're not as easy to find, especially if you're someone like me who now has tarot deck publishers contacting them and asking them to review decks or unbox decks. All right, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Tarot by Hilary Live. I am your hostess with the mostest, Hilary of tarotbyhilary.com, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. So for tonight's episode, we have an unboxing. We are unboxing the Mini Weiser Tarot, and y'all should be familiar with this deck because I have unboxed the regular size version of the Weiser Tarot from our friends at Red Wheel Weiser. So thank you very, very much to them for sending me a reviewer copy. But it is indeed mini. There you go, for size comparison. Another size comparison we can do, if I had a copy of my Weiser Tarot, which is in my tarot bag right now, I could have compared them. But instead, here's the Work Your Light, and here is the Mini Weiser Tarot. So you got a size comparison right there. All right. Let me do a tech check to make sure that we are broadcasting correctly, considering the fact that I pre-scheduled some of our live streams so that I would make sure that I would actually do them instead of just feeling exhausted and canceling them out altogether. If it's scheduled, if it's on my calendar, it will happen. That is my rationale. So let us do a tech check really quickly. So it looks like I am live on the Book of Face, and it looks like I'm also live on the Tube of You. Everything looks good. Everything looks copacetic. I will also pull that up on screen because I just want to make sure. Never hurts to make sure. Whew. And I also created an overlay for tonight's episode as well. So I will post that up in a second. Yeah, that looks good. I see the thumbnail. Holy cow, guys. Isn't it nice when things actually work? Okay. Looks good, looks good, looks good. Whew. Okay. So Let me hide this and upload my overlay. Yes, because I made one dedicated to unboxings. So that looks nice and fresh and clean. Let's see if I can mirror my screen as well. Would that look better? Does that look better? I think I like it the other way. Let's look. Okay. That makes me happy. Yeah, that works. What does everyone think? Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Well, Fran is here. Made it. Awesome. Nice to see you, Fran. Good evening to you as well. So if you are not familiar with these episodes, I do them every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Book of Face and the Tube of You. So every Friday night, okay? And oh gosh, where did it go? Here we go. So if you would like to be reminded, please click on the bell, subscribe, do all of the different things to make sure that you are notified of when we go live. But most of the time we go live at Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we talk about different metaphysical topics. We do unboxings, we do all sorts of things here. So those of you who know. Those of you who don't, welcome. All right. So 3 things that we do on this live stream is we do the astrology from Teresa Reed's wonderful AstroBiz Digest to start the episode for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then we move into the topic of tonight's episode. Tonight's episode is an unboxing episode of the Mini Weiser Tarot. And yes, I've got my hot little hands on my fancy Morticia Addams embroidery scissors. I also have other scissors, but you know, it is the season. We are like so close to Halloween that I am going to use my Morticia Addams scissors. Otherwise, I can also use my Pelican scissors right here, but we're going to go with the creepy and spooky ooky scissors for this unboxing. So I will do the unboxing and give you general impressions of the deck. I don't plan on this being a very long episode because we have already unboxed the Weiser Tarot full size. So this is basically a mini version of that deck. The 1909 Waite Smith Tarot deck, which is the Weiser Tarot, but in miniature form. So very nice if you are a tarot reader on the go and you need your divination really quick, something small and portable to put into your purse or your bag, and get your divination fix when you need it on the go. So we will do that. Mid-episode reading is going to be done either through Radiant Rider-Waite Smith, which I have in my hot little hands, or if you guys feel like it and you want me to do the reading from the Mini Weiser Tarot, we can certainly do that as well. And then finally, the weekend forecast is an oracle card, a tarot or oracle card. I usually prefer an oracle card pulled to give you the forecast for the weekend so you can enter into the weekend prepared and not scared. So that is the general format of these live streams. If that sounds good to you, give me a nice hell yeah in the chat, and we will start off with the AstroBiz Digest from Teresa Reed. Tonight, by the way, I think the weekend forecast is going to come from the Work Your Light Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell with artwork by Danielle Noel. I am really thinking about reaching out to Hay House and seeing if I can get some reviewer copies of some of her newer oracles, because I think I only have two of them. I have the Work Your Light and I have the Starseed. She's come out with more than that, by the way. There's the standing, I think there's the Standing Stones Oracle. I think there's the Sacred Waters Oracle. I think there's the Rose Oracle. I think there might have been one more that came out pretty recently from her. So if you guys are interested in that and seeing like, oh, let's see what other Oracle decks, what the other Oracle decks are like let me know. And I'm going to try and get reviewer copies from Hay House or just buy them outright as well. But, you never know. You can always ask. Like, why not try, right? You don't ask, you don't get, right? So, let us move into the AstroBiz Digest. And that's the one problem with the overlay is it's not very conducive to showing some of these things. But AstroBiz Digest is from Teresa Reed, aka the Tarot Lady. $99 for a year-long subscription. Astrology in layman's terms, straight to your email inbox. It is geared towards entrepreneurs and business owners, but I have found it to be incredibly helpful in planning my personal life as well. So we usually give the general transits that are going on for the week, and then get into the nitty gritty for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because I don't want to give away the farm. If you're liking what you're hearing, please subscribe to the AstroBiz Digest using the link below, and enjoy. Okay. So astrology for 15th through the 21st. This week is wild. Oh, yes. Yes, it does. Hello, seems all of the social media is working again. Yes. I'm going to assume the end, the end is not where, but we. But welcome, Katie. So the astrology for this week, according to Teresa, is wild. Mercury and Venus change signs plus a solar eclipse. It's a lot. Here is what you need to know. So yesterday, on the 18th, Mercury leaves Virgo for Libra, elevating objectivity and creativity. Lean into this transit and you'll make fair decisions or lots of artsy content. It's also fantastic for diplomacy. You can negotiate like a champ, creating wins for all sides. Don't hesitate to reach out, connect, and hash out details. You could celebrate many deals during this transit. Mercury remains here until October 6th. Clients are impressed with details when Venus sails into Virgo on the 19th, which is today. It's the small touches that matter. Special sales, handwritten notes, online shout-outs, carefully curated gifts. Be intentional, and your community will be delighted. Invest in practical things like new computers, pens, classes, basically anything your business needs. This transit is also excellent for PR, provided you are delivering teachable content, which I always do, right, guys? The more information you share, the more eyes on your work. And Venus leaves Virgo on October 13th. So we can take advantage of Venus in Virgo from the 19th of this month into October 13th. So that's a nice hefty chunk of time that we can use. So I might invest in some stuff. I might invest in some new stuff. I've definitely been eyeing some new headphones. Yes, I know I have the Galaxy Buds, which I really, really like, but I need some over-the-ear headphones because sometimes, my inside my ears, it gets like, it kind of hurts a little bit if I wear these for too long. So I might need some over-the-ear headphones. So Katie said, yes, silly autocorrect. I know we always get stymied by the autocorrect, It's okay. I knew what you meant. All right. New moon solar eclipse in Virgo on the 21st. So that would be on Sunday. It signals a fresh start. The energy is intense, like the birth of a child. It's the right day to begin new business habits, especially those that create efficiency. While new moons are fabulous for launches, eclipses are too unpredictable. It's better to wait before hitting send. Let the dust settle first. Also, this day could push you into a new direction. Wait for the sign from the universe and then follow along. All right, so those are the main transits that are going on for this week. So it's kind of stacked at the end of this week. If you've been feeling that, like, you are absolutely right there with everybody else. If you feel me, you feel me, right? Okay, so details, the nitty gritty. Friday, there's a lot happening today. First of all, Mercury is locked in lucky trines with Uranus and Pluto for the entire weekend, guys. Entire weekend. It's fabulous for intuition and genius creativity as well. Trust your gut and your muse. They will not lie. The moon enters Virgo at 8:23 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that's already passed. Your lunar buddy for getting shit done. I definitely felt very productive this morning, so makes sense. The next 3 days could be hella productive. It's especially good energy for editing, decluttering, organizing, and managing details. Yes. Venus joins the Virgo parade at 8:39 a.m., so we already discussed all of that and how to rock that vibe. Watch out for disruptions and trouble with team members when the moon squares Uranus at 10:59 a.m. Already passed, guys. Do not let your attention get hijacked. The rest of the day is clear, which means one thing: get to work. So today, Friday, September 19th, is a power day for Virgo and a weekday for Pisces. Katie says, Microsoft must be reading this astro prediction. Windows 10 dies in October. I must consider a new laptop. Yeah, I'm also looking at new laptops as well. Not necessarily because I need them for my business, but also I kind of want them for my gaming as well. And I also want to dabble a little bit more in Twitch and possibly doing a live stream while I do some gaming. And I can't do that on this laptop, even though I love this laptop, like very good laptop, all of these things that I use regularly, but like it may be time to upgrade, guys. Yeah, and some good luck is needed. I also have some decluttering to do, like same, but I'm definitely feeling very organized, like get her done organization energy. I'm here for it. All right, for Saturday and Sunday, Saturday finds Venus in a square with Uranus at 11:42 a.m., a challenging aspect that spells trouble for PR, group activities, and cash flow. Money may disappear all weekend, so it's best to keep a close eye on your expenditures. So like don't press don't press add to cart quite yet, Katie. And I will do the same. Sunday begins with the sun in opposition to Saturn at 1:46 a.m., an aspect that casts a bummer spell over the day. It's best to keep your head down and focused on work. The solar eclipse arrives at 3:54 p.m., which we've already talked about. And then at 5:41 p.m., the moon slips into Libra, a lovely lunation for creative work, design, legal matters, negotiation, and networking. Meet and greet equals new connections. This is for Sunday, guys. The moon moves into a favorable grand trine with Uranus and Pluto at 8:20 p.m., which is fabulous for events. Get out there and network. You could rub elbows with the top dog. Both days, Saturday and Sunday, are power days for Virgo and weekdays for Pisces. Actually, all 3 days. Power days for Virgo and weekdays for Pisces, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that solar eclipse, guys, eclipses can be predictable, so don't hit add to cart quite yet. Wait for things to settle down a little bit. All right, as usual, I will take a look at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for you. Let me know which day you want the astrological reason why. And I will go ahead and take a peek for you. And then we will move into unboxing the Weiser Tarot Mini Edition. Okay? Okay. And while I wait, I will take a sip of water because, that was a lot. Oh, and let me switch up this. So yes, it's true. We do this every Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you want a reading, you want to stay tuned to be considered for a live tarot reading, that would be the mid-episode reading. So please stay tuned for that. And all of my regulars or I will tell you how to participate when it is the time. Mm-hmm. Thursday Curious. All right. So Thursday, Mercury heads into objective Libra at 6:06 a.m. So we talked about that on the 18th. 18th was Thursday, yesterday, which was objectivity and creativity. Lean into this transit to make fair decisions or artsy content. Diplomacy, negotiate like a champ. Don't hesitate to reach out, connect, and hash out details. So very detail-oriented day as well. Day is clear, ideal for PR, pitching the media, hitting the main stage, and inspiring the public. However, Mercury-Neptune opposition at 6:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time floods the airways with deception and gaslighting. News cycle could be on full-on bullshit mode, distracting or distressing the public. Keep that in mind if you plan to market over the next 2 days. I was definitely feeling that too. Power day for Leo and week day for Aquarius. Makes sense? Makes sense. And since I have to look out for the moon square Uranus at 10:59, that was the rest of the day is clear. Yeah, I'm going to bed early tonight, guys. Not for any astrological reason why, but because I have to get up really early tomorrow morning. Katie, I hope that helped. Yep. Deception part showing, but Power Leo day showed as well. Mm-hmm. If you got strong Leo placements, that probably helped out a lot. All right, where are my other widgets here? So Sticky Night. Oh, please disregard that. So tonight's episode is the Mini Weiser Tarot. That is what we're unboxing tonight. Hey. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready for unboxing this baby? So again, I got this as a reviewer copy from Weiser Red Wheel. So thank you very much, either to Erin or to Sarah from Weiser Red Wheel, because they both equally reach out to me and send me and ask me if I want to receive reviewer copies of stuff. And usually I will say yes. Now, I don't say yes to everything. I know that might seem like it's not true, but I don't say yes to everything. I look at the press release that they send me, and then I'm just like, yes, that makes sense for me to receive this, or then I just don't respond at all. Or I'll respond with, oh, that I'm not really feeling, but do you think you can send me this? And they'll usually be like, yep, I'll pop that in the mail to you. And I'm just like, thanks. So Mini Weiser Tarot. Okay. Shiny cellophane. vibrant and fresh and vibrant reimagining of the classic 1909 Waite Smith Tarot Deck. Okay. Again, if you have a QR code on this, you probably have a counterfeit deck. There are very, very few legitimate tarot decks that have a QR code on them. The only one that I know of is the Cosmic Butcher tarot deck. So keep that in mind. This is an official deck. It is mini, but it's official. It does have a ISBN and barcode on it. Okay. All right. We are going to snip. Unboxing ASMR. Right. It is open. And let's see here. Ooh, okay. So instead of it being like a magnetic closure or anything, it is this guy. So it's a sliding box. So you can push to slide or push or pull to slide it open. Very nice. And then we have the Mini Weiser Tarot. Okay. Wow. All right. So is that the backs? Oh, those are the backs. Guys, this is the back. I thought for a second that was going to be the like the two of coins or something, but no, these are the backs of the deck is this. Oh, pretty. Ooh. Solid cardstock. First published in 2025 by Weiser Books and imprint of Red Wheel Weiser, LLC. All right. So as usual, I will go through the major arcana and then let me know what you want to look at. But it's basically, I mean, I don't mean to like disappoint you guys, but it's going to be just a mini version of the Weiser Tarot, which we have unboxed on this live stream before. So if you want any more details about, artwork or style or whatever, you can look at this episode. And then you can also look at the unboxing of the Weiser Tarot, the bigger version, the regular sized version. So we're going to rapid fire this. The Fool, like this is the size right here. The Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot, Strength, the Hermit, yes, Hilary hand size. Yes. Very funny, guys. Y'all know it from Melissa. Especially if you're Card Slingers listeners, Card Slingers Coast to Coast, the podcast that I do with Jamie Elford and Melissa Sonova. Yes, it is literally my hand size, and I have very small hands. Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged One, Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, and finally, the World. Now, if you're wondering, because I know it is September 19th, and I've never officially gave a tarot deck of the month for card of the day pulls for September because I just didn't. I don't know why. So my plans are, so this is like a spoiler, guys. So this is not the deck of the month for the rest of September, nor is it the deck of the month for October, because we've already done this deck before. We've done the Weiser Tarot. Now, it's not above me to have repeat deck of the months for card of the day pulls because, like I know I have a lot of tarot decks, but I will usually separate them out a little bit more and be like, oh, it's been a while since I've used this particular deck and I'm feeling it. So this is going to be the deck of the month. So my plan is, because I will get to your question in a second, Katie. My plan is, so we're doing unboxing. So as you might have noticed, if you're a regular viewer or if you happen to look at either my Book of Face or my Tube of View, I did pre-schedule episodes. So this episode that is live now, or if you're watching the replay, I did put up like, hey, on this date, we're going to be doing this unboxing. On this date, we're going to be doing this unboxing. So if you are following the pattern, the next unboxing that I'm going to be doing is Protection Spells by Judica Isles. That, I believe, is going to be our deck of the month for card of the day pulls for the month of October. I don't know why I'm vibing with the Protection Spells for October. So that is not a tarot deck. I want to make it completely clear that sometimes I will rock a deck that is not a tarot deck, nor is it technically an oracle deck, for a month if I'm feeling it. So we'll do the unboxing, and then we'll start with October with the protection spells, and I'll pull a card each day. I don't know how long that's going to last us. So I might switch over in like a week's time if I'm not feeling that we're getting like, if we're already like done with the deck, or I might pull, my workhorse deck, which is the Radiant Rider-Waite-Smith, and pull a card from there and pull a card from the protection spells. I'll see how I feel. Right. Exactly. Halloween. Protection spells, Halloween, like hello. Like I felt a certain symmetry with that. And I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. So this is not going to be the deck of the month. This is simply a standalone unboxing for you guys. And I have a feeling we're going to be doing a lot more of these in the future, either standalone with this live stream with just me, or in combination with Melissa and Jamie on Card Slingers. So we have publishers that want to put decks in our hands. Who am I to say no to that? Right? Right. Okay. So Katie's question is, but do you actually find them comfortable to shuffle? Me? Yes. Like this is, I'm still going to, more than likely when I shuffle, I will more than likely still shuffle overhands, even though they are a little bit easier to work with, because like there's my hand and there's the deck. So like, for example, let me see. And the cardstock's very nice too. So it's not too thin and it's not too thick. So good cardstock, I would say. So let me go ahead and shuffle. So I'm going to shuffle like I normally do, but my overhand shuffle is out of necessity, because usually tarot decks are larger than playing cards. So I usually shuffle this way, whether or not it's a mini deck. But you know, we can always play around. So you can cut the deck, and then you can definitely do, like, this is very comfortable for me to be able to then bridge, right? So I could do that. I think that's another excellent question. Are they playing deck size? I wouldn't say so. I would say they're more, I would say they're a little bit smaller than playing cards. Hold, please. I don't think I have playing cards to hand right now. They're kind of like an in-between. They're not as large as playing cards. Like, look, like, so here's a tarot deck. This is the Wild Messengers. Here's the Weiser Tarot. So I don't think they're as big as playing cards either. Like, I think that playing cards are probably, I've run out of hands, guys. So I would say, so here's the Weiser Tarot. I would say a playing card would come up to about here. So I think it's smaller than playing cards. Depends on your deck, though. I could have sworn that I had a copy of my Ladies of Star Wars playing cards in this bag to give a rough comparison. But of course, now that I'm looking for something specific, I cannot find the something specific, which is a little bit annoying. Isn't that always the way? No. Hold, please. No, I can't find it. I would say the Sacred Path Labyrinth cards that I have from Tracy is more playing card size. So now I can give you a rough. See that there, guys? Yeah. So I think this mini tarot, Weiser Tarot, is smaller than playing cards. All right, let me give you this in order before we go and shuffle. So in this particular deck, we have Wands first. Then Ace through 10, then Page, Knight, Queen, King of Wands. Then we move into the Ace of Cups. So Cups, Ace through 10, and then the Court cards. Then Swords, and then finally Pentacles. Yeah. So Fran says, good comparison for what I was saying before. And Katie says, absolutely. You will find it immediately after the live. So I don't know if I announced this, guys. I think I might have when we did the 6th anniversary episode, but I did accept a full-time job at my at the place, the store that I've been working as a manager for. So now I'm an assistant store manager at that store. So I'm full-time. So my time is not actually my own anymore, or it is, but I have to be very, very, very aware that on my days off from there, I more than likely am going to be seeing my clients, my tarot clients. So anytime I'm not there, I am in my tarot business. And anytime I'm there, I'm in my retail business. But I have done this before. I have had a full-time job before. So it's very, very doable. And my tarot business shall not languish. It will probably flourish because I have structure. So the reason why I'm saying this is because I have found the same thing happens at the store. Anytime I'm looking for something for a customer and I can't find it, and I will go and place an order for them so that they can have the thing, I immediately then find the object that I was looking for. And it's a big enough store where it's just like sometimes like one small thing, it could be like a needle in a haystack. It's very hard to find. So, yes, exactly, Katie. Regimented separation. Even though everyone knows that I'm a tarot reader there. And so sometimes I will, have my business cards on me. And that's another thing that I need to order too. Not just like the technology, the headphones, or the new laptop. I also need to order more business cards. So now I have to look at how my business cards look currently and how I want them to look, because I never added the tapping to my business cards, but I kind of want to now. So it is a part of my business. So I would like to do that. Anyway, so Ace of Wands, Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords, my girl, you know it, Four of Pentacles. So all pretty much the same imagery that you guys would be used to if you're familiar with a Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Or sorry, can't say that. So Waite-Smith, I think, is more, I don't know if it's necessarily more public domain, but RWS, I think, is under the banner of US Game Systems. I think. I could be wrong about that. Please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong about that. All right, so look at the back. I really do like the backs, guys. Backs are really nice. So this is a great option. I mean, like mini decks, so I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this up. Mini decks are a really great option. I also want to invest in getting like maybe a tarot deck in a tin as well, which some publishers are also putting out, which I find to be very helpful, because if you have it like in a tin, you can also put like maybe a little crystal, like a pinch of salt, a little candle maybe, depending on how big or how small the tin is. And then voila, you have a kind of working altar or little spell kit on the go for you. All right. So shuffling up the Mini Weiser Tarot. By the way, so I'm almost done with the unboxing. There's nothing else in here. There's no guidebook. So if you are already familiar with the imagery on a Waite-Smith deck, then fine. But if you're still not comfortable or you're still not off book, then maybe this deck wouldn't be for you, or maybe a mini version wouldn't be for you, because it is indeed a mini version. There's no place to put a companion book. There's very few mini decks that I have found, like Sasha Graham's Darkwood Tarot. That was even minier than this one. Like that was even smaller than this one. That one was like about to here. It was itty bitty, and that didn't have a guidebook either. So please be mindful when you're shopping for tarot decks, especially when you're shopping for mini or pocket-sized tarot decks, because most of the time they're not going to come with a companion book. There's just no place to put it. So yes, easy carry pack. Throw it in your bag for that unexpected reading. I mean, so funnily enough, I got together with one of my friends yesterday, and actually, this is my ex that I used to read for and be very intimidated by to read for him, because he was a very good tarot reader, and now I'm like shocked that he doesn't even know where his tarot deck is, and I'm like whoa, that to me is crazy, because I've written about it too. It's on my website if you guys can look for it. I could probably find it for you if you're interested in reading that article. But like, there was a moment a few months ago where like he asked me for a reading and like paid for it. Like it was completely business transaction. And it was a very full circle moment for me, because it was just like, this is someone that I like kind of put on a pedestal with regard to tarot reading. Like, he was very, very good tarot reader. And now I'm the professional tarot reader and he doesn't even know where his tarot deck is. It was very like weird, but like kind of gratifying in a way that I'm just like, oh, okay. So like, I like, guys. But as Katie is saying, throw in your bag for that unexpected reading. So like, when we were making plans with each other, like I have to clarify, and I think this is more of a me thing, because I'm a tarot reader, because I've been doing this professionally for 20 years as of next month, guys. Like, that's crazy that I've been reading professionally, like as in exchanging money for tarot reading professionally for 20 years. Like, that's wild to me. I always have that impulse of when people make plans with me, are you making plans with me because you want to hang out with me as friends, or are you making plans with me because you want a reading from me or a reading out of me? And sometimes there are certain friends that it's not a two-way street, and it's more like, oh, do you have your cards on you? We have talked about this, by the way, in Card Slingers Coast to Coast. So there's definitely an episode, if not multiple episodes on that. But it's just like, if you want me to be your tarot reader, book a reading. If you want to hang out with me, like, hang out with me. And sometimes I will pull cards, but it's just like, it has to be on my terms. And like, don't be mean about if I say no. If it's like, no, I don't have my cards with me, if you've listened to that episode, Melissa's just like, that is a lie. Like, I usually will have my cards on me, but it's just like more a lie that is told so that we don't have to like point out what a dick you're being by like forcing me to read for you, like in my free time. Like, I feel like a lot of tarot readers, especially ones that do it professionally, are very wary of certain friendships or certain friends that come at us with that energy. So like, if we read for you and we're like fine about it and we say we're fine about it, then you're fine. But if we're like, oh, I don't have my deck on me, and like you kind of like force the issue, like, that's not cool. So don't do that. But as for the other day when I was, making plans with my ex, who is my friend, or we can finally be friends, I was just like, for a reading? And he was just like, no, to hang out, like both if you want. And I'm just like, I would rather just hang out. And he was like, well, that's why I contacted you, because I just wanted to hang out with you. And I'm just like, okay. Yeah, exactly. Phases of life. Crazy. Yeah. 20 years. It's nuts, right? Yeah. Good point, Katie. Reply. Do you have your credit card on you? I do have a reader. I do have a credit card reader, but that's mostly like if I'm going like doing party readings or doing public events, or, but it's a good point. And I will say that to people too when they ask me for a reading. It's just like, oh, well, you have to book it. And it's just like, oh, well, why can't you? And I'm just like, because booking it is part of the process of being like asking professionally. If you're asking me to book it for you, like, that doesn't, like, how about you make some effort, rather than absolutely no effort. Anyway, I digress. But this is a good option if you want to throw it in your bag for those readings on the go. But like, don't expect, a tarot reader to have a deck on them, even if it makes it convenient for them with, pocket tarot or mini tarot sizes. Like, when we're off the clock, we're off the clock. Thank you. Please and thank you. And thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right. Do we want to do the mid-episode reading? Let's do it. So, to be considered for a live reading, comment tarot in the chat, TAROT, but please wait for me to pull up the comment snake and the lottery jar. Thank you. And we will also take down the sticky note. All right. Yes, Fran says my supervisor's daughter is a baker and charges her for cookies and such. Yeah, exactly. It's got to be an exchange. It has to be an exchange. And sometimes the exchange is, oh, buy me a coffee or buy me dinner, or or provide a testimonial. So this is a lot of the time. I will say this to my students: if they do want to do this for a living, or they do want to try to do this for a living, I will say, when you're feeling confident, ask them. So you might not feel confident charging, which is fine. Ask for feedback, ask for a testimonial. And that way, when you are ready to start charging, you then have your testimonials right there, because word of mouth is the most powerful business card you can have, especially in service provided businesses like tarot readings. But there has to be an exchange. Otherwise, it's just not fair. Katie says, we have pay ID in Australia, where the phone number can be a way to pay to someone. So the reply could be, yes, my pay ID, I guess, is blank. Yeah. So we have that. So we have that here too. We've got Venmo, we've got Cash App, we've got PayPal. There's all different ways to be able to pay. And I mean, I think the QR code that I have right here, I think that might be a QR code to my website, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know. Right, exactly. Yes, mine was coffee and cake. Right. Oh, did I not put up a countdown? Of course I didn't. Okay. When the clock strikes down, we will pull a winner, if there is any call for that. Let's put that right over there. As I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And we don't necessarily have to use the Weiser Tarot, because I feel like I have to season shuffle this for a little while to really integrate these cards. So I can do let's see, what do I have to hand? Yeah, I have my Radiant Rider-Waite-Smith right down here. And also Wild Messengers as well. So you can choose, or dealer's choice, whatever you guys want. And if nobody wants a reading or a mid-episode reading tonight, that's totally fine. We can move right into the weekend forecast. Keeping it tight tonight, guys. I really like this box. It's nice. It's convenient. By the way, fun fact, any kind of title cards that I get in different decks, I use them as bookmarks. They're nice and handy. I'm just out of curiosity going to check where this QR code goes. Where is it? Could have sworn that I had a QR reader. Ah, right here. Cool. Yep. So that QR code takes you right to my website, www.tarotbyhilary.com, Hilary with one L. And that way you can, you know, find out what else I'm doing. Book a reading, read the blog, etc. Um, some else uses the cards she designed as her business cards. Yes, yes. That's cool too. I like that concept a lot. All right, no takers tonight for the mid episode reading. That is totally, totally fine. We don't have to do it. Um, just know that the astrology of this week is wild because of the eclipse. And you know, I would say let things settle down and then really go forth and conquer on Monday. Just saying. Just my opinion. You can feel free to take it or leave it. I also wanted to show you guys this article in case you were interested. But I don't remember what the name of it was. I think it was Be Your Own Reader is the name of that particular article that I was mentioning. Nope, nope, nope. Hold on one second. Yeah. I'm also kind of hopeful about that. I'm just hoping the eclipse energy fixes everything. It definitely has that potential, but I found with eclipses, if I can use a tarot analogy, it feels very much like the tower. Shit hits the fan, but once the dust settles, it makes for a stronger and more solid foundation. That's what I think of when I think of eclipses. I think of tower energy. Yeah, there it is. I found it. Be the reader you are and don't stress about what you're not. Um, so I will put that in the chat. That's the article that I'm referring to. Yeah, so I read tarot before him and I read tarot for him and I read tarot after him. Um, I don't know why. Like I would really cry. Like it was bad. It was really really bad. But yeah, I would recommend checking that out because there was something about giving readings to him like it tapped into all of my insecurities. But I am, you know, obviously I'm a good tarot reader because otherwise I wouldn't have lasted this long in this profession. But if you ever wonder if I have imposter syndrome, absolutely. Yes, Katie says I have weird moments of things happening on the exact day of the eclipse. People talk about energy being around it, but things for me happen on the exact day. Weird level exact. Okay, so be prepared. So the eclipse, what did I say? Is it Sunday? Is it tomorrow? Is it Sunday? Is it today? Hold on. It's this weekend for sure. What did I just say at the top of this episode? Eclipse 21st, Sunday. That's when things are happening. So Sunday for this time zone, possibly Monday for your time zone, because I think you're a day ahead. Yeah. Yes, that's true. Intuition does have heaps of imposter syndrome. Actually, when I taught my signature course, the Tarot Intuitive, I did a whole survey about what people think was the biggest blocks to learning tarot. And I feel like the number one answer was imposter syndrome. One of them was imposter syndrome. I think that was number one. Memorization was another one. And I'm just like, listen, I don't think memorization works. And actually, I was talking to my ex about this yesterday because he's like, I gave him a deck. And he subsequently forgot it in my car. So like, okay, great. But he was like, I don't know if I'm going to pick it up or anything. Like, I don't remember. And I haven't memorized any of the meanings. And I'm just like, I don't think memorization works. I did all of those things. I did memorize the cards. I did learn reversals, all because I thought that's what a real tarot reader had to do. And now I don't think that at all. I think you need to work with a deck like the RWS that has a story in each card, major arcana and minor arcana, and look at the story in the card, what's happening on the card, and then apply it to the context of the question that you were asking. So I really don't think memorization works. Okay, I will say it may work for some people if that's your learning style, but I don't think it's across the board kind of thing. Yes, so the eclipse for Katie is going to be Sunday, so early Monday for you. So just be prepared for the messages to come to you early Monday. Wait for the sign from the universe and follow along. The energy is intense. New moons are fabulous for launches. Eclipses are too unpredictable. Wait before heading send. Let the dust settle first. It's a very tower energy. Wait for the sign and follow along. Or ask for the sign too. You know, it's just like, I'm waiting for the sign that it is okay to proceed. And it is a pink fluffy bunny with a rainbow tail. You know, like be really specific about your sign and then wait for the sign to show up. You would be surprised. All right. Are we, yeah, and carry your, yes, good point, Fran. Carry your journal. Definitely carry your journal. All right. Are we ready for the weekend forecast? I think we are. Like once again, we're pulling from the Work Your Light Oracle cards. Rebecca Campbell with artwork by Danielle Noel. Danielle Noel, by the way, is the artist behind the Star Child Tarot and the Moonchild Tarot. Maybe this is a sign for me to get a copy of the Moonchild Tarot. I don't know. I have the Star Child Tarot. But I still want the Moonchild Tarot. Okay. Sorry, magpie syndrome. By the way, guys, I saw some of my favorite clients this past weekend, and I ended up giving away some decks. Gasp. I know the Keith Richards of tarot has been inspired by Teresa Reed and her decluttering. I did give away some decks. So decks that I was not using them. And I'm just like, let me just gift them and be done with it. So the Witch Sister has been rehomed. The Mother piece has been rehomed. I don't even know the last time I touched the Mother piece. The Tarot Disassembled and the guidebook that went along with it, I have also rehomed because it's not for me. It's not for me. I'm far enough along in my tarot career that I can acknowledge I'm probably not going to use that companion book and deck. And I think there was a fourth one that the Darkwood mini tarot deck. So yes, exactly. Virgo eclipse energy cleaning us up. Mm-hmm. Correct. All right. So work your light oracle cards. I will say it'll be a cold day in hell before I get rid of some of my oracle decks, though. You'll know that I've been body snatched if that happens. All right. On this new moon solar eclipse weekend in Virgo, what do we most need to know? Whoa, okay, that was a flyer. All right. Interesting. I feel like we've gotten this card before. So we are getting the Break the Chain card, Ancestral Patterns, Healing, and Rewriting the Future. Very, very eclipse adjacent energy with this oracle card. So let's go to the guidebook and see what it has to say. But like, man, like a cave of initiation there. Break the chain. Or as my sister likes to say, break the cycle. Okay. Action cards. Break the chain. Page 78. Friend says, I will be drinking a Bud Light Lime. Sounds good to me. I have water right here because I have to go to bed early, so. Yes, precisely. How to tell us you were kidnapped. Police. She gave away an oracle deck. Dina's here. Dina, I haven't seen you in like forever. Welcome. You're just in time for the weekend forecast. All right, so break the chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, and rewriting the future. You are being called to heal your family line or free yourself from living the life of your ancestors. This could mean letting go of an old pattern of your maternal or paternal line, healing trauma from the past that is not even yours, or observing old ways of being that no longer serve you. We carry emotional trauma in our luminous fields for up to 7 generations back. This is why family patterns can be the hardest to break. Often they are not even ours to begin with, but we do not know another way of being, and so we continue playing out the drama. The thing to notice when ancestral healing comes up is that you cannot heal another person, but your own healing can cause another person to choose to heal. Energy is freed up. You're being guided now to look at your life and decide how you want it to be. What ways of being or patterns are you ready to free yourself from? What part of your future do you want to rewrite? Now is the time to shake them off and dream a new future into being. So the action to this card is, what old ways of being from your family line are you ready to let go of? Seek assistance from your support team, your tribe, your friends, healer, coach, etc., to begin freeing yourself from it now. This is the reason why I like oracle cards. They really do pack a punch. And they end up really summarizing a lot of the things that I talk about in different readings. Like the tarot, like a lot of the time, and you guys will know this if you're my clients, I will do the tarot cards, I will do the tarot reading, and then we will pull an oracle card. And pretty much 99% of the time, the oracle card will sum up the theme overall of the reading or the homework that that person needs to do. I don't know if I necessarily did this for one of my last sessions, but I definitely remember a recent session where we were talking about all about breaking the chain and being the first to be blah in your family, like the first to be this in your family. So that's the reason why it's so hard. And they ended up receiving this card as the last card, the oracle card. Like, what do you most need to know? What do you need to take away from this reading? And they got this. And I'm just like, well, then, like, whoop, there it is. So break the chain this weekend, use the eclipse to do so, but wait for the dust to settle before you take action. They came for me. That's a repeating message lately. Yeah. Yeah. Not just you, Fran. I'm thinking of like more. It's not just you. Like, don't feel like you're alone in that message. Like, it's been happening. Like, I've noticed there are patterns in the readings that I give where it's just like, is this the same message? And it's just like, it's not the same message. But it's just like, we talk about like same font, like, oh, same vibe, but in a different font. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Yeah. I think a lot of us are the generation that is breaking the chain. Yes. Yes. Actually, now it's coming back to me. And I'm not going to say the client or how recent the client was, but I am remembering giving like part of that message. Where it was just like, listen, the younger generation has learned not to stick around if it's bad. Like it's like, if the vibes are bad, I'm out of here. Like a lot of the older generation, which I guess I'm a part of now. I don't know. I'm an elder millennial, but a lot of us were taught, you stick around and there's loyalty and there's this and that. And you just like, you stick around, like no matter what, you stick around, like, loyalty's got to count for something. And the newer generation is just like, fuck that. If I'm not being treated well, I'm out of here. Like if the vibes aren't immaculate, like I'm out of here. And they don't have any guilt about doing that. And so I want to kind of like instill that in you. Like maybe we can take a lesson from them. Does it make sense? Like, oh gosh, okay. Just like, why do I feel like I've said this before? It's just like, because I've said this before. So break the chain this weekend. Or allow the weekend to settle down. And then after this weekend, break the chain. Whew. All right. Thank you all so much for watching and tuning into this unboxing episode of the Mini Weiser Tarot Deck. I enjoy these live streams so much. I mean, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have been doing it for 6 years long. So yes, Katie says, even some of the older generation have learned that lesson in a painful way by doing the right thing and finding out it's not the right thing, or doing the right thing and not being rewarded for doing the right thing. I think that happens a lot too. There's one situation that I was told, and I think it came through therapy, and I think I might have mentioned this on the live stream before, where it's just like, it's not the right environment for you. It's just like, you can do everything right and it's still not going to be right because you're not in the right place or you're not surrounded by the right people. So you're always going to feel wrong because you're not surrounded by the right people. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I get it now. Dina says, deep reading as always. I mean, I don't feel necessarily called out by that one, but I think it's something definitely to reflect on. So it's not just like, it doesn't sting quite as much. I feel it. I can integrate it, but it doesn't sting quite as much. It's not quite as raw as I'm used to, which is nice. It's a nice change of pace. Thank you, Hilary. Have a good weekend, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, we do this every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please feel free to tune in again next week. We already have that. I already have that pre-scheduled, and I think I'm going to do that a lot more in the future so that, you know, I have no excuse. And also so you guys know what's up and coming. Remember back when I used to schedule out the month ahead and actually do like a schedule of events like for the entire upcoming month? We might go back to that in some way, shape, or form. And now that I know I can pre-schedule a couple of weeks out, and have it work correctly, we might be doing that a lot more. So yes, we shall survive the eclipse. Ooh, my lights are flashing. Is that a sign or what? Have a good weekend to you too, Fran. All right, let me take down my comment snake. Again, follow, click the bell, subscribe, etc. on both the two of you and the Book of Face, wherever you're tuning in from. I appreciate it immensely. And let's take down this beautiful, beautiful overlay, which served us very well. But yes, thank you all so, so, so much for watching. Once again, I am Hilary, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. Have a fabulous, fabulous week, and I will see you again next Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we'll be doing another unboxing, and that will be our deck of the month for October, Protection Spells Deck by Judica Isles. I hope to see you then. Bye!